You probably lost $9,600 last year and blamed it on inflation. It wasn't inflation. I tracked it. 10 habits, 10 line items. Together, they quietly extract $800 a month from people who earn decent money and still feel broke. The most frustrating part? Most of it is money you're spending voluntarily on things that felt like deals when they launched and became traps the moment the venture capital ran out. From 2014 to 2020, Silicon Valley was effectively paying for your lifestyle. Cheap rides, cheap food at your door, streaming for next to nothing. They called it growth. What they were actually doing was buying your habits with investor money. That money is gone. The price is normalized, and now you're paying full price for a lifestyle that was never designed to be affordable at full price. Here's every trap on the list. Here's the math on each one, and here's how you stop it. If you're 25, reclaiming that $800 a month and investing it at the S&P 500's historical inflation-adjusted average of 7.5% means the difference between retiring with nothing and sitting on a $2.5 million portfolio at 65. That's not motivation, that's arithmetic. If you're ready to stop making excuses and start doing the math, subscribe and like this video. It costs nothing, and it tells me to keep making these.
10 years ago, food delivery felt like a magic trick. Now it's a tax on not driving 5 minutes. Take a standard $15 burrito. Walk into the store, $15. Open DoorDash or Uber Eats, and the menu price is already marked up 20 to 30% before you've touched checkout. Then add the delivery fee, the service fee, the small order fee, and the tip. That $15 burrito is now $29. You paid a 93% markup for convenience. And Uber Eats raised rates on restaurants again in April 2026. Those increases don't stay with the restaurant. They land on you. If you order delivery twice a week, you're burning $120 a month, $1,440 a year. That's a used car down payment. Gone. Stop what you're doing. Open your delivery app. Find the yearly summary. If they don't show you one, that's intentional. Go check your last 3 bank statements instead. Add it up. If that number feels embarrassing, good. That's the point. The average new car payment in early 2026 is $774 a month. That's $774 every single month for a machine that started losing value the second it left the lot. To make that feel affordable, dealers are now pushing 72 and 84-month loans. You're financing a depreciating asset for 7 years. Most people don't even keep the car that long. On a $50,000 loan at 7%, you'll pay over $11,000 in interest alone. That's money you handed to a bank for a new car smell. The boring rich move is buy a 3-year-old certified used vehicle. Let someone else absorb the 40% depreciation hit in year 1. Take that $774 a month and redirect it to a brokerage account. Over 10 years at a 10% nominal return, that's $160,000, built from a car decision.
Every September, Apple holds an event to tell you your current phone is obsolete. It isn't. In 2026, the functional difference between an iPhone 15, 16, and 17 is marginal for the average user. Slightly better camera, incrementally faster chip, same apps, same screen, same life. The annual upgrade cycle costs you $1,000 a year. Hold your phone for 4 years instead of 1. That's $3,000 saved in a single upgrade cycle. Put $1,000 in the S&P 500 instead of a new phone. At 10% nominal annual return over 10 years, that $1,000 becomes $2,594. The phone becomes landfill. One of those builds your future. The other does not. Unless your screen is shattered or your battery dies in 20 minutes, keep the phone. You have a 401k. You've never looked at the expense ratio. That's not laziness. That's exactly what they're counting on. Actively managed mutual funds charge 0.5% to 1.5% per year for a professional to pick stocks on your behalf. The data on this is devastating. Over the decade ending in 2025, only 21% of active funds survived and actually outperformed their passive benchmark. The other 79% either closed or failed to beat an index fund you could buy for 0.03%. On a $500,000 portfolio over 30 years, a 1% annual fee doesn't cost you a little extra. It costs you $1.2 million in foregone compounding compared to a low-cost index fund. That number is exact. At an 8% base return, $500,000 grows to $5.03 million. Drop to 7% after fees, $3.81 million. The difference is $1.22 million. You paid for underperformance. Log into your 401k right now. Find the expense ratio on every fund you hold. If any fund is above 0.20%, you have a decision to make.
Every time you buy a TV, a laptop, or a refrigerator, the same thing happens at checkout. Would you like the 3-year protection plan? Say no every time. Extended warranties are among the highest margin products in retail. Companies sell them because claims are rare, customers lose the paperwork, and most products fail outside the coverage window anyway. Here's the part they don't mention at the register. If you paid with a premium Visa, MasterCard, or Amex, you likely already have an automatic 1-year warranty extension as a card benefit at no cost. You are being charged for something your bank already gave you. The global wellness industry is approaching $7 trillion. It got there by monetizing your health anxiety. AG1, one of the most heavily marketed supplements on the internet, costs $99 a month, $1,188 a year. If you're taking it on 5 hours of sleep, you are spending $1,188 annually to offset a free problem. Sleep is the most evidence-backed health intervention that exists. It costs nothing. The industry ignores that fact because you cannot put a subscription model on sleep. The boring truth: 8 hours of sleep, whole food, and daily movement outperform nearly every supplement stack on the market. Those 3 things are free or cheap, which is exactly why the wellness industry never leads with them. If you spent $200 last month on supplements but only slept 6 hours a night, you didn't invest in your health. You bought a placebo with a good label. Save the money, go to sleep. For years, we were told renting is throwing money away. In 2016, that argument had real merit. In 2026, the math has flipped in most major U.S. cities. Take Austin, Texas. The median mortgage payment, including property taxes and insurance, on a median-priced home is approximately $4,100 a month. The median rent for a comparable home in the same market is around $2,600. That's a $1,500 monthly premium, $18,000 a year, for the privilege of ownership over renting the same lifestyle. That math only works in your favor if you stay for 15 or more years and the property appreciates enough to offset the carrying costs, maintenance, and transaction fees on both ends. If you're not staying that long, renting is not failure, it's arithmetic. Take that $1,500 monthly difference and invest it. Your net worth will reflect the decision correctly. Most lifestyle creep isn't about comfort, it's about optics. The average American household spends $2,700 a year on apparel. A significant portion of that isn't about need or even preference, it's about the signal. What you're wearing to a meeting you don't need to be at, the brand on the bag that someone else might notice. $2,700 is the exact 2026 annual Roth IRA contribution limit for someone under 50. You could be building a tax-free retirement account. Instead, a meaningful chunk of that is going to status purchases that depreciate to zero the moment they leave the store. Before you buy something expensive, ask yourself one question: would I still want this if no one could ever see it? If the answer is no, that's not a purchase, that's a status tax, and you're choosing to pay it.
Fast food was always sold as the value play. It isn't anymore. A McDonald's combo meal in 2026 regularly hits $14 to $16. For that exact price, you can eat at a local taco shop, a Vietnamese joint, or a neighborhood cafe and get real food made with actual ingredients in the same price range. The price gap between fast food and decent local food has nearly closed, but the quality gap is wider than ever. If you're paying sit-down prices for factory frozen food, the scam is working. The value positioning is marketing. The menu prices are the receipts. In 2015, a concert was a $50 night out. Today, Ticketmaster layers service fees, facility fees, and order processing fees onto every transaction until a $200 ticket becomes $275 at checkout, before you've parked or bought a drink. Social media has normalized spending $400 to sit in a nosebleed section to watch someone on a jumbotron. You're not there for the experience, you're there for the content. The alternative? Find a local artist in a 200-person venue. Tickets run $20 to $30. You're close enough to feel the room. The artist actually needs you there. It's a better night, and none of your money funds a billion-dollar ticketing monopoly that charges you a fee to print your own PDF.
Here's the exact workflow. Do this tonight. 1. Download your last 30 days of bank and card transactions. Use a spreadsheet or your banking app's built-in category view. 2. Flag every convenience expense: delivery apps, rideshare, convenience stores, impulse subscriptions, every single one. 3. For your top 5 delivery orders, look up the in-store price of the same item. Write down the actual markup you paid. See the number in black and white. 4. Cancel any subscription you have not actively used in the last 14 days. Not might use, not been meaning to, used. 5. Take the exact dollar amount you just freed up, set an automatic transfer to your brokerage account for that amount on the same day you get paid. Every month, without thinking. You don't need willpower after step 5. The system does the work.
Wealth is not built on one big move. It's built by refusing to bleed out slowly. Every one of the 10 traps in this video is designed to feel small. $29 here, a reasonable $774 car payment, a $99 supplement subscription. But stacked together, they are consuming $800 or more every single month, money that could be compounding quietly in the background, building the actual life you want. Find one thing on this list you can cut this week. Just one. Then tell me about it in the comments. If that's you, subscribe and like this video. It's free. Drop a comment telling me the one thing you're going to change about your money this week. Boring is underrated.